Hi guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. I wore this look to an event yesterday and I really liked it and I got a lot of compliments on it, so I thought I would film it today. I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Exager-Eyes palette on my eyes. This is a really beautiful palette, some really nice neutrals in here. They're a little bit on the warmer side. It's designed to really make your eyes pop. I'm currently doing a foundation review on the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. That video is going to be going up after this one, so if you don't want to miss it, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're notified when I upload it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. What I have on my face already is my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream as my moisturizer and primer, and then like I mentioned, my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I'm going to go in now with my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. If you guys watched my review of this product, you'll know that I was finding it really heavy. I've been working with it ever since then. By the end of that review, I kind of had it mostly figured out. I've made one more change to the way that I'm using the concealer that has helped me to really start enjoying it even more. I just take a tiny bit because it's a super full coverage concealer that goes a long way, and if you use too much, it looks really heavy, and blend it in with a damp beauty blender. The moisture from the beauty blender really helps infuse that product with a little bit of extra hydration, and the sponge itself really pushes that product into the skin. So when I did my review on the Born This Way concealer, I was away traveling and I only had one powder with me. So I was using my Charlotte Tilbury Genius Magic Powder, which is a loose powder. Since I've come home, I've had access again to my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. This is a pressed powder. This one's infused with rose wax and almond oil, so it's a little bit more of a hydrating powder. So I've been using this powder with this concealer and I've been liking it even more than I was in Vancouver with the other powder. So I'm just taking a little bit of shade number 1 and I'm just lightly setting that concealer. The rest of my face I'm not going to set because this foundation is already quite matte, so I don't think I really need to set it. Just through my T-zone in the areas where I naturally have oil come through throughout the day. But the rest of my face I'm just going to leave without powder. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow primer. Recently I've been using this one from Trisha McAvoy. I've really been liking it. It's called the Eye Base Essentials. I finally ran out of my Lorac eyeshadow primer, which I didn't love, but I just wanted to use up, and I literally had that for like at least a year, maybe even 2 years. But I do really like this one. It gives a nice full coverage. I feel like eyeshadow goes on really nicely on top of it as well. After priming my eyes, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. This is a cream shadow in the color Jean. So it's a really pretty kind of soft champagne shade. And I'm just going to go in with this Real Techniques brush. It's a duo fiber eyeshadow brush. I like this brush for this product because it doesn't pick up too much product. With cream eyeshadows, a lot of people complain about them creasing. That's going to happen if you apply too much product to your eye. So I feel like using the duo fiber brush really helps me get a nice thin layer of product onto my lid. I'm just washing that from the inner corner of my eye all the way to the outer corner. We want most of the pigmentation to be on that inner corner. The only reason I'm really bringing it out to the outer corner is to make sure that there's not too much product built up on the inner corner. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my Exager-Eyes palette. I'm going to take shade number 1, which is the prime shade, and I'm just going to go right over top of that cream shadow that I just laid down, and I'm going to stop about halfway across my lid. Next, I'm going to switch to a little bit more of a blending style brush, and I'm going to go into shade number 2 in the palette, the enhanced shade. And I'm going to start with this on the outer corner of my eye and just work it to about halfway across my lid. So it's intersecting with that first shadow that we laid down. And then I want to use this color in my crease as well. So I'm going to use the top of the brush. And I'm going to slowly start working that into my crease and bringing it across. Windscreen wiper motions here. And then without dipping my brush back into my palette, just with whatever products left still on it, I'm gonna go here onto the outer corner of my eye and just kind of do an upwards motion and connect it to that crease. So by doing this, I'm elongating the shadow, which is gonna really pull my eye out, so we have a really pretty sort of cat eye effect. So now I wanna deepen up that outer corner. I wanna give a little bit of a smoky feel to the look. So I'm gonna go in with shade number 3 in the palette, the Smoke shade. And this is another little Real Techniques brush. This is the shading brush. So it's really short and dense, really good for packing on product. And I'm gonna go ahead and just add that to the outer third of my eye. I'm gonna come back in with the brush that I was using that had the lighter brown shade on it. And I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a blend. And then I'm gonna go in one more time with my more dense brush back into the dark brown shade and just darken it up even more. So I'm just staying right on that outer third. You really don't need this palette to recreate this look. These colors are like pretty simple colors, and you could really use any 3 colors where you have like a light lid shade, a medium tone crease shade, and then a deeper toned smoky shade. They don't even have to be brown, like they could be purple, green, anything. You just need like that light, medium, and then darker toned eyeshadow, and then you can just follow the same steps to achieve a similar look, just with different colors. But I'm sure most people have like warm brown eyeshadows like this in their collection. However, I do really love Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, and I love this palette. So if you're thinking about getting it, or you don't have colors like this in your collection, I really, really do love these ones. They're really, really complimentary on so many different people. It's a really great palette to have in your kit as a working makeup artist as well, just because it is so versatile, but also it's really good for giving a pretty smoky eye without it being too dramatic. So that's really good for a lot of brides who want like the smoky but natural look, which is basically every bride. Okay, so final step for the lid. I'm gonna take shade number 4, which is the Pop shade. It's a really pretty shimmery beige color. I'm gonna go in with my finger, and I'm going to pop that onto the inner corner, stopping about halfway across. And I'm also gonna bring this sort of, hopefully you can see, like up high into my crease, into the front part of my crease as well. So it's on the lid and then also coming up into the crease here too. And I really want that to be quite a dramatic sparkle, so I'm layering a couple layers of it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the lower lash line. I'm gonna go back in with the first shade in the palette, shade number 1, the Prime shade. And I'm gonna take that on the inner corner of my eye and then onto the first third of my lower lash line. I really wanna brighten up this inner corner and really open up this part of my eye, and this is gonna help me do that. Next, I'm gonna take the second shade, so the mid-tone brown, and I'm gonna take that from the outer corner of my eye until I intercept with that light color that I just put down, and I'm gonna stop there. And then finally the darkest shade in the palette, and that's gonna go on the outer corner, on the outer third. Okay, and that's it for the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara, lashes, and a winged liner, and I will be right back. Okay, so I filled in my eyeliner, put on my lashes, did some mascara, and I actually filled in my eyebrows as well. For my gel liner to do my wing, I used the Maybelline gel liner in Blackest Black. And then I tight lined and did my waterline with the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal pencil in Bedroom Black. I popped on a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2. This is not my preferred mascara, so I use this one whenever I'm putting on false lashes, because since I'm putting the false lashes on anyways, I just need some black on my top lashes. I don't need them to look perfect, so that's why I use this one when I wear false lashes. The lashes I'm wearing are from a brand called Kit. You can get them at Rexall. I used the Duo Brush On Adhesive, and then for my brows, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in the color Rita and the Glossier Boy Brow Gel in brown. So I know this camera's a little bit far away. It doesn't have a zoom lens on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead with my other camera here and just show you how the makeup looks up close. Okay, so that's the eyes, done. I'm gonna go ahead here and finish up my complexion. I want to do a more dramatic contour than I've been doing recently. To do that, I'm gonna use this brush from NARS. I'm not sure what it's called, unfortunately. And I'm gonna take the Sculpting shade from the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. You can see I really love that color. I'm gonna go ahead with that guy right there. When I did this look yesterday, I used cream contour, but I was wearing a really dewy foundation, and I feel like with this matte foundation that I'm wearing right now, the cream contour won't work as well, so that's why I'm using a powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and contour out my cheekbones a little bit. I'm also gonna do the sides of my nose, just really roughly. And then to bronze my skin, I'm gonna use this bronzer from Dior. It's 001, but I'm pretty sure it's discontinued. I sent someone to buy it and the Dior rep told them that they didn't make it anymore. So I'm just gonna go in with this Real Techniques Duo Fiber face brush and just bronze my temples with this. My foundation is a little bit light for me right now, so I'm not gonna be afraid to go in with a little bit of extra bronzer here. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that onto my cheeks as well. And then my neck. And underneath my jaw. I am going to use a cream highlighter. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight Highlighter. But because I'm wearing a matte foundation, a trick that I like to do is when I'm using cream products on top of matte foundations, or if I've already accidentally powdered and then I want to put a cream product on top, is I'll just take a little bit of my setting spray and just dampen my skin with that before I go in with my cream product. So I do want to just add a little bit of powder highlight on top of that, but now that my skin is wet, I don't want to put a powder product on top, so I'm just going to let that setting spray kind of dry down before I go in with my powder highlight. So in the meantime, let's do lips. So in the look that I did last night, I wore a different lip combo, but I wanted to wear this one. I just was rushing to do my lipstick and I haven't done this combination before, so I didn't want to have to take it off if I didn't like the look of it. But I am gonna go ahead and try it today. You'll notice a lot of these products are Charlotte Tilbury products, especially the color ones. The reason for that is because the event that I went to yesterday, I was working for Charlotte Tilbury, so I have to wear like as much Charlotte Tilbury makeup as I have. Also, I do really love Charlotte Tilbury makeup, and a huge part of my makeup collection is Charlotte Tilbury. So that's why you see a lot of Charlotte Tilbury makeup in this video, and probably in my makeup videos in general. The lip liner that I'm gonna use is called Foxy Brown by Charlotte. And then for lipstick, I'm gonna go in with Penelope Pink, also by Charlotte Tilbury. You can see this is one of my favorite shades. I've almost used it up, oh my god. Who am I? So I'm overlapping that dark brown lip liner with the nude lipstick. And then once I have the lipstick on, I'm just gonna go back in with the lip liner. And just help blend the two together a little bit more. I've been seeing a lot of people online doing these more dramatic lip lines with like a lighter nude lip, and I have been meaning to try it myself. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm gonna leave it. And I'm going to, now that the setting spray on my face has dried, just go ahead with a little bit of the highlight shade from the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette and just add that to the very highest points of my cheeks. And then I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eye as well with that. And yesterday I didn't wear any blush, but I'm feeling like with the more nude lip, I need a little bit of color. So I'm gonna take Ecstasy from Charlotte Tilbury, which is like a peachy tone blush. For my final step, I'm just gonna spray that all down. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's my favorite. And then before that dries, I'm just gonna take my Beauty Blender and just really lightly go over top of everything and just press it all into the skin. So here's the final look. What do you guys think of those lips? It's kind of an old school way of doing lipstick. I don't think I really like it. Oh, it's weird. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for this makeup tutorial. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in my next one.